yourself space and time for growth. Just let it go, let it go, let it go. Let it go, let it go, let it go. Let it go, let it go, let it go. Just be at peace. Balance, 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 balance. All of the little things. Just fine. Peace, more kisses. Does it make you sleepy? Does it make you want to take a nap? How does it feel? For your face, for your neck, for your mind, for your body, for your energy, for your spirit. Release and let go. Don't be afraid to grow in the direction that you need to. Don't be afraid. Be at peace. Be at peace. Be at peace. And let it go. 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 Surrender into those moments. Surrender and allowing it to just be. And I'm gonna give you rapid kisses, okay? So many kisses, you can't even handle them. Well, babies, you did a fantabulous job. I hope you enjoyed all of these kisses. And to know that you are going to be okay. There's nothing to worry about. Be in this moment with yourself. Be with the happiness that you have, okay? This moment belongs to you. So if no one has said it, let me go ahead and say it. Love you, love you, love you to pieces. But make sure you love yourself each and every day, okay? Much kiss. And until next time, babies, I'll see you again, okay? Bye, sweetness. So much love. So proud of you for consistently sticking to your self-care routine and just picking yourself up in life. Love the energy. Super duper magical. Boom, boom, boom. So, if you're new to the session, we started off with a prayer. It is not a religious prayer. It's just a prayer to root us in our individual healing experience and bring us together as a community. And because consent matters, do I have your permission to say a prayer? Okay. May I touch you? Okay. Take a couple breaths in, sweetheart. A couple more. Final breath. Dear universe, and all for the highest vibrational good only, please connect us to our highest intentions and validate information from our highest self only. Please release what we need to let go and embrace what allows us to grow. Let our journey encompass the lineages, traditions, religions, and spiritual paths that bring light out through us to share with others. I say all of this in the name of I am, Ashe, Ashe, Ashe. So, first things first, I'm gonna get some cleanse because why not? accepting the things that just show up in life just because they show up. And that has a lot to do with guilt. You'll see it often in family situations, family dynamics, where a person in a family forces themselves to do things that in some way compromises their internal boundaries. And it just kind of repeats in like different parts of their life. And so I will say to that, fuck that. Let that go. Don't do that at all. You deserve better. And knowing your true value is so powerful. A lot of people go their entire life and never really know their value, never really know, what people see in them. And they can be amazing people on the outside and still struggle on the inside with all of this beauty that they have in front of them. Just this beautiful, kind of like a purple, blue, lavender kind of energy, a sense of representation of just a cleansing and a higher power and a higher understanding. But just gonna put that a little bit over you of the cinnamon. A little bit of cinnamon dab in here. Okay. Just a little bit of cinnamon. Okay. Great job. Great job. Great job. Relax into that. I'm gonna just take care of you energetically. And I just want you to breathe in and out. I want you to let go of any doubt that you're not special or you're not wanted, or that somehow you're some type of fictitious hindrance. You're not. You're really valuable. And you should always believe that, no matter what leg of the journey you're on, whether you've been doing everything or, you feel like a little bit is stuck, whatever, wherever you're at, you're still valuable. We're still rooting for you as a community. And, this is a moment to give some encouragement in the comment section if you see somebody who is struggling, or just sharing something heartfelt, to just perhaps say something very encouraging to them, to just keep them going. Because we're all on this journey together, myself included. And so it's just lovely to share in this experience in a higher vibrational way. Okay. Good job. And so, my herb of choice is cinnamon. You all know this. The reason why I like cinnamon is because it's very grounding. It's sustaining. The flame of the cinnamon will burn for a very, very long time. I also love that the little swirls create this lovely little smoke that comes out. I think it's the coolest. This is the coolest thing ever. These are kind of like the little things that I'm, grateful for, that I find so fascinating and intriguing. Just the way the smoke clears the cinnamon. It's like the baker who's baking the bread, and they love every process. They love it when the yeast, mixes with the sugar in the dough and it starts to rise. They love it when they proof it. They love it when they score it. They love it when they pull it out, when it's fresh. They love the old bread. They turn it into some other random shit. That's how I feel about the energy process. I love everything about the experience. Okay. Now, move through this and start to see something you want. Allow it to appear in front of you and start to see your life where it is now to get there, and see all the missing pieces start to form in order to peace as you walk towards that path. Now, pull these two things together. Pull them together. Pull them together. Pull them in, okay? Pull the energy in and allow it to be what it needs to be. And exhale and just feel this energy from the crown all the way going down. A way of just bigging you up, a way of just pulling in that unconditional love that you have for self, and this beautiful infinite amount of energy, higher vibrational energy, just flowing into your body, and release and let go of all the things that are limiting, that do not let you grow, prevent you from seeing your light, tries to dim you, let all of that go and release. And also be very honest, because sometimes things can be very external. You think it's like something outside of you. Sometimes you might be the one dimming your own light. So it might not even be that there's someone else to blame. It's just simply taking responsibility for yourself and saying, I'm going to be as bright as I want to be. I'm going to live a life as full as I possibly can be. And just going with that energy. So just pulling it up higher and higher until you find a space of peace and balance, of clarity, of certainty, of something that means so much to you, of something that works with the passion and the understanding of you and where you're going. Because knowing your worth, that's something that once you know your value and you impose strict rules for people not to test you, you will notice that the blessings that you're seeking will start to show up all over the place. They'll start to show up one by one by one by one by one. And I think it's a beautiful thing to have that type of energy just flowing within you, working and moving through the path, relaxing into the moment, finding peace and confidence within yourself, and being completely relaxed and certain and hopeful of all those things. Moving at the space and the pace that you need to, allowing your energy to flow in and out, working, relaxing, finding balance, finding certainty, finding patience, finding clarity. Congratulations. You're doing a good job. As you know, I'm paid in smiles, so pay up. Sweetness. And I see your value, but it really doesn't matter what I see, because who cares? The only thing that really matters is what you see. Do you see your value? Do you see your strength? Do you see your understanding? Do you see your purpose? Do you see all of that? And do you realize that you don't need to have done anything except just be alive in this moment to give yourself permission to see yourself for the value? Like, think about the impact you actually have on, not just other people's life, but your own life. The fact that you get up every day and you do what you need to do to get things done, how fast or how slow you go is irrelevant. If you feel like you're not doing things the way you think it should be, irrelevant. The fact that you got up to say, okay, I'll let it come. Like, I'll let it flow in the direction that it needs to flow in. To just release, to relax, to be hopeful, to be patient, to have clarity, to have confidence in the things that you're doing. Don't worry about anything else. All you need to worry about is how beautiful your energy is, how far you're going, all of this wisdom that is around you, that surrounds you, this deep healing power, this deep sense of clarity, this deep hope that where you go, love will flow, love will follow, confidence will flow, confidence will grow, peace will happen, clarity, sincerity. But you have to believe you deserve all of these things first before they show up in your life. They won't show up in your life if you deserve less. They won't show up in your life if you feel as though you deserve less. You'll just kind of pay attention to whatever is happening in the moment, and you just kind of like, you just accept it. Never accept things for what you don't want. Accept things for things you do want. I know that sounds a little confusing, but what I mean is, just because life has presented something to you doesn't mean you have to take it. You can go in and you can explore, and you can be patient, and you can take your time. You can do whatever it is you want to do, and just enjoy that. Enjoy that journey. It's magical, it's peaceful, it's lovely, it's fun, it's cool. It gives all the energy that you're looking for, you're seeking. You're looking for your seeking, but no need to seek it outside your self-love. It is already there for you. It is already floating in your energy. It is already floating in your energy. It is already giving the life that you are looking and seeking and searching for. So never doubt your potential. Never question that you deserve more. And once more starts to pour in your life, accept it. Accept the more. Once you start to receive it, accept it. Don't throw it away. Don't send it in another direction. Accept it. Also, don't freak out. Sometimes people get better situations and they freak out and they want to perceive it in the way that they perceive things that weren't good for them. Don't do that. It's called self-sabotaging. Don't do that at all. Just enjoy. Just enjoy the moment. Just enjoy the energy. Just enjoy being yourself. Just enjoy having fun. And live the life that you want to live. In the way that you want to live it. And the goals and the hopes that you have. Carry them so close to your heart that every time you smile, your dream smiles. Every time you laugh. Everything is a cycle. And I think that's the beautiful thing about life. The tree has the leaves, and then in the fall, those leaves fall to the ground, and they become the nutrients in the soil just letting it go. Letting it go, letting it go, letting it go. Okay. I love it. Love it. Love it. Love it. Love it. Love it. How beautiful your energy in this moment and everything that you experience and all that you have to offer. And the vibrational frequency of you, of you, of you, of you, of you, of you, of you. Okay, let's work through that. Work through that, work through that, work through that. And breathe in and out. Okay, now going again through this energy. Now that you feel this activation, I want you to breathe in and out. Just breathing in your power, breathing in your strength, breathing in your peace, breathing in your hope, breathing in your understanding, your clarity, your love, that good energy. But most importantly, your peace. Because life is not about the highs and lows. It really is just about the peace. And sometimes people can be addicted to those highs, which cause those lows. So instead of chasing that thrill, why not just enjoy the moment for its beauty? To find the excitement in just living in the present, in everything that you have going for you, growing for you. The things that are ending, let them peacefully end, and the things that are beginning, get excited for their beginning and move in the direction forward. Move with purpose, move with peace, move with passion, move with authenticity. Authentically be yourself. It is okay. It is okay. It is okay to authentically be yourself in the space. So as you are exhaling, let's just remove any energy that is no longer serving you, that is no longer what you need. Just remove that out of the space and just find balance here. Are you ready to let those things go that you've been holding on to that are no longer serving you? You can use the comment section to share some of those things. Are you ready to let them go? let's enjoy every step of the way. 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 It's so beautiful. So classic. So classy. Every step of the way has a beautiful experience to share, to grow, to be at peace, to live in the moment, to understand your fullest potential, to ride with that beautiful energy. To know that every moment of every day has so much potential, and that the direction you're growing in is one that you deserve to be in. How are you feeling? I just want to check in with you. Is there anything that's coming up for you? Anything you're ready to embrace this time because we've released and let things go? What do you want to embrace this time? What is beginning? We just talked about endings, but what's beginning for you? And how exciting is that? You know how it is, people, situations, and circumstances. How is it beginning? How is it forming the energy that you need? How is it taking your life in the direction that you want to go in? How does it help you find peace with your path that you have? How do you let go of, the other stuff? There's always this weird transitional period between, still dealing with old energy and then accepting new energy. And it's seen in all areas of your life, but you might, like, if you ever been in between jobs or something like that, where it's like you're interviewing for a new job and you have the old job and you can see the difference between it, but you can see, like, while I already know the system and the situation here, I know I could move it really quickly, but it's just toxic. And then over here, it's like, you know nothing about it. You know it might take you a longer time, but the environment is a much more conducive environment for you. And it's like you're in between. Obviously choose the newer than the latter, because it doesn't matter how much upward mobility, it's still toxic. It'll still wear on you. You don't sell your soul for something that you feel like is an opportunity that's really not going to pick up your energy and your spirit. You gotta let that stuff go so that it can grow. You leaving, you ending, you letting things go, you setting boundaries also creates a healing effect on the other side too, because people are finally able to let go, or environments are finally able to analyze, well, what did I do wrong? Now, you may not be that one person that changes everything, but you are an accumulation of what does and doesn't work for them. And so it gives them an opportunity to pause for reflection. Breathing in and out, in and out, in and out. Breathing in and out, in and out. So if you don't mind, just yourself, and now that you feel the way that this Venus in retrograde is going to make you feel, instead of quickly looking for a solution, sit and reflect on your feelings. We lose so many of these beautiful life lessons by being too afraid to just sit with our feelings. Protect your energy and protect your boundaries, baby. Okay? Not everybody's allowed in your space during this time. So if you do got an ex who's trying to creep on back in, you could be like, but protect yourself and reflect and grow, because this is a maturity of the soul in these levels of love. And the most mature sign we have is Capricorn. You know, Capricorn is Saturn ruler. Capricorn is about discipline, delayed gratification, maturity, you know, all of that stuff. You are safe. And so having that, you are safe. Energy there. So, what's going to show up for you, babies? There's going to be opportunities for you to think, what makes me feel safe? And also understand that the way we look at love does not just include romantic scenarios. We're talking about the way that you were shaped when you were born in your family. We're talking about platonic friendships. We're talking about being in groups, in collectives, and communities of people where you all share a passion for something and you have that collective love, you know. All of those different things will come up for your contemplation, for your clarity, and ultimately to understand what your soul needed to learn from those experiences in order to move on. So what you're going to be feeling is, or asking yourself, or the question that comes up is, have you ever felt safe in love? Think of a scenario or a situation if you've ever felt safe in love, where you know that person is going to love you back. You know that person is dependable. We got to think of these Capricorn themes. That person is dependable. Okay? That person is someone that you can not just see the moment, but can see a lifetime. Regardless of if it worked out or not, that's not really important. But have you ever felt safe in love? It doesn't just have to be romantic love as well. And as you're looking at that, and for some, you may have never felt safe in love. And that might be a reflection that comes up during this time. Wow. And if you're one who has never felt safe in love, your journey up into this point probably was, how can you create the safety that you're seeking in love? If you have felt safe in love, oh, cheat code. If your answer was, I felt safe in love when I was fully loving myself, that's always the solution to everything. I'm gonna just tell you that right now. But for those who have felt safe in their loving connections with others, take inventory of the cycles you are currently on with the people around you. What's no longer working? What is working? What is no longer working? What is working? What is no longer working? What is working? So I have a rose quartz pendulum, and I just want to take this moment with you to just connect a little bit deeper. And we're going to explore what's coming up for you. So we're going to go slow, and then eventually it's going to go faster. But open yourself up to the universe. Simply ask the universe, hey, universe, what do I need to learn? What do I need to learn? What do I need to learn from love? What do I need to learn from love? What do I person's healing too. You are free. Okay. You are free. Take a deep breath in. You are free. Exhale. You are free. Dear universe, and all for the highest vibrational good only, please connect us to our highest intentions and validate information from our highest self only. Please release what we need to let go and embrace what allows us to grow. Let our journey encompass the lineages, traditions, religions, and spiritual paths that bring light out through us to share with others. I say all of this in the name of I am Ashe. Ashe, Ashe. Let me know if you feel a difference before and after the prayer in people's healing experiences. They like different tools that we have as energy healing practitioners, and prayer is definitely one of them. So you let me know in the comment section if you felt a difference. So I'm going to continue to hold this space, sweetness, and I want you to see how beautiful and sweet your energy is, and pull in all of that energy from the universe to your heart, to wrap it in a sense of protection and security, so that you are able to perceive the interactions you have in your life from a healthy way, healthy dynamics, not just from the perspective of you were taught that love looks this way, and maybe that wasn't the best love, but then you go out in the world and you seek the same kind of love, hoping that you'll always be able to resolve it. Just get off the cycle. Get off the wheel. And free yourself to a space where you can truly define and require the type of love that you, sweetness, need to feel safe. And that's going to look different to different people. You, my sweet baby, need something different than I do. And that's what makes things cool, interesting, and unique. If we all needed the same thing, it would be boring. But you won't be able to know truly what you need unless you let go of what you don't need. Sometimes we have those periods in our life where we have to let go of the things to allow us to grow into the things that we need. And then there's that time in the middle where it's like you're not that, but you're not necessarily this yet. You're just kind of sitting here like, that should be a beautiful time, baby, where you go out and you relive life and you redefine life. And, you have a lot of compassion for yourself too. Hey, take your time. Don't rush into anything. Just take your time. It might be a little bit difficult to break old karmic cycles and senses of toxic loyalty. Because the moment that you realize perhaps the way that you love is not the healthiest way for you, then you have to reconcile all of those loving relationships you have in your life, family, platonic, romantic, that you genuinely love these people, but the connection is not healthy, and that's why a lot of people stay in the cycle. So, always have compassion for if it's just not your time to leave the cycle yet. Some people will stay in it over and over and over again because they're not ready to leave. But if you're here, you're more than likely ready to move on. But also have compassion along the way that those around you may want to move on too, but they're not ready. And you cannot take them with you. When you redefine a love that truly makes you feel peace with that. Ultimately, you're going to feel safer. You're going to feel happier and more at peace. But you're going to lose some people that you love because they're not ready to let go of their karmic cycle. But understand, for every lower vibrational experience you let go, you open yourself up to higher vibrational experiences, people, situations, relationships. There are so many people and experiences that you haven't even met and haven't even done yet who will love you so much, sweetness, that you will love them so much. So don't hold on to toxic loyalty simply because you think that, no one will ever be able to love you in that kind of way. No. The truth is, there are those out there who are going to love you better. And that might hurt a little bit because you love the people that you are having to let go in this experience of feeling safe. But just know it's no hard feelings. When you move on, you demonstrate to them how to do it. And ultimately, that's the nicest and sweetest thing you can ever do to or for someone you care about. So a couple more breaths, relaxing into this moment, and finally release. Sweetness, if anything came up for you during the session, feel free to use the comment section in order to share that. Also, share words of encouragement to those who are in the community as well. You have been doing such a great job. You have been working on yourself. And this is a moment really to define a sense of feeling, like you can be safe in love. And again, we have to look at love as being dynamic. It is not just about romance. It can be, but romance, platonic, family, and even shared groups that you share a common passion with. All of those things make us to be who we are, and we should surround ourselves by energy that supports that. Well, family, I have truly enjoyed our session today. We are nearing the end of Nonstop November But Fun, and I'm so curious how it has been for you. A lot of internal transformations, I'm sure. And just to do a little bit of housekeeping, if you would like to be a part of our mystical self-care community, head on over to the Patreon community. That's Patreon, Reiki Healing Hope. And we will be doing a giveaway in December for our channel's birthday. And the Patreon members will get a spot in the 2022 Reiki Master Teacher training. So all of the trainings that are included in that is just something that has always been a perk of the Patreon community, as well as all of the things we've been working on before, which you will have access to, and all the things that we continue to work on week by week. It is just a beautiful, lovely group, as well as our energy healing circles. Energy healing circles originally started here on YouTube, and then it became something that is very beautiful within the Patreon community. It's so lovely to get caught up with each and every one of you each month as you are part of that Patreon community. Also, we have the weekly moon cycle readings on Array Tarot, which is available for you to, just see what's going on with the week. And we also have Reiki Healing Speaks, where we have Reiki sessions and we go over all of these mystical, esoteric themes, but just not in ASMR. As well as we have the Organize Your Purpose podcast, and by we, I mean me, where we go over more, and by we, again, I still mean me, where I go over the entrepreneurial aspects of chasing your dreams and living the life that you want to live. So I am always grateful to be able to live this moment, and also to use all of these years of learning these different modalities, of which I thought nobody would care about, and look, y'all care about it. So that's super cool, and I love to share that with you. And universe, and all for the highest vibrational good only. Please connect us to our highest self and validate information from our highest self only. Please allow us to let go of what we need to let go and embrace what allows us to grow. Let our journey encompass the lineages, traditions, religions, and spiritual paths that bring light out through us to share with others. I say all of this in the name of I Am. Ashe, Ashe, Ashe. Okay. So, as you're breathing here, begin to connect with your deepest understanding, your deepest self. I'm going to light some cinnamon. And this will allow you to feel safe, to relax, to be in this moment with yourself, to be safe, to relax, to be in this moment with yourself, to be safe, to relax, to be in this moment with yourself, to be safe, to relax, to be in this moment with yourself. Now, we're just going to swipe over your energy so that we can cleanse anything that's been taking up too much space. Inhaling, exhaling, inhaling, exhaling, inhaling, exhaling, inhaling, exhaling, inhale, exhale. Now, in a comfortable position, begin to close your eyes if you'd like to. And breathe in and out. Feel this beautiful, cool grass all around you. The beautiful sun on top of your face. A slightly soothing, warm breeze floating across you. And everything is perfect. You could sleep there for hours. You could be in that spot for hours. Everything is to your greatest comfort, and you enjoy it, every little piece, and every little moment that you are there. As you sink into the ground, just almost feel as if something is dripping off of you. Something like a honey or a molasses or something like that just dripping off of you. And it's just everything you need to let go. And you return that back to the ground so that it can nourish the ground, that it can feed some other cycle of energy. But you release that excess energy, sending it on, sending it under you, sending it beyond these moments. Breathing in and out here. Exhaling. areas of your body, your life, your soul, your destiny that need some extra TLC. And accept that you deserve to be healed. Accept that you deserve to move on. Accept that there is a greater and a bigger world out there for you to experience, to enjoy, to learn, to grow. All of those things, all of those things, all of those things, all of those things, all of those things are right there, available to you. If you would like them, they are available to you. If you need them, they are available to you. And if you want them, they are available to you. Enjoy this feeling. Enjoy this moment. Enjoy this clarity that you have. That for whatever reason you were born into this life to serve out whatever purpose that you needed to serve out. That you feel comfortable and content doing that. That this is the life that you wanted. That this is the life that would allow your soul to grow and to evolve in a new way. That each moment revealed a new puzzle piece of who you are and why you're here and what you need to accomplish. Making peace with your past. Making peace with old belief systems. Making peace with your own sense of self-worth and confidence. And hyper-focusing on what gives you purpose, what gives you balance, what brings you into this space, what gives you what you need, what shows you where you are going, what fills you in so many ways. responsibility for your soul. That what you do with it is your choice. But it is a choice that you must make. That within infinite lifetimes and being connected to each other, we seem to find our way back here to learn something new, to grow in a new way, to experience in a new way of experiencing. Nothing ever really disappears. There's not one bit of energy that no longer exists. But at the same time, those same things are used to create the building blocks of the next energy. The energy that is surrounding you, protecting you, guiding you, and encouraging you to find your way and find your path. Just going to these different points to activate your karmic destiny, to build yourself, to stabilize yourself, to love yourself wholly and unconditionally as you go on this journey forward, this journey to truth. Now allow the rain to dry on up and for your body to become lighter and lighter. You see yourself begin to float high above the ground where you had the water, the rain, and the grass, the molasses, the wind, and you're rising closer and closer to the sun. Allow these beautiful billowing clouds to come under you and continue to propel you upwards. Until you are in the sky, and underneath you all you see is clouds, and above you you see the sun. Here, let your soul roam free, enjoying these moments of peace and beauty. May I touch you? Inhale, exhale. Okay, you ready? Dear universe, and all for the highest vibrational good only, please connect us to our highest self and validate information for our highest good only. Please allow us to release what we need to let go and embrace what allows us to grow. Let our journey encompass the lineages, traditions, religions, and spiritual paths that bring light out through us to share with others. I say all of this in the name of I am. Ashe, 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 okay? Okay. So breathe through this. Breathe through this. Inhale. Exhale. some qualities and some traits that were helpful for you that you have to make peace with and let go now. Traits that cannot come with you into this next iteration of yourself. And that's the fear-based motivation. That's anxiety, the anxiousness being used to motivate you to get to the next level. And that's just the constant thinking of thoughts as well that are not necessarily helpful. And overall, just having a pessimistic outlook at life. I can completely understand that life can create that outlook. But if you've been able to change your circumstances, if there have been many people, opportunities, situations that helped you to become rebirthed into life, then that means there's an opportunity to change the mind as well. So just changing the mind here, going through this, going through this, going through this, going through this. You went through it, but you don't have to keep going through it. And there's been this, what I want to describe, energetic cycle that's happened to all of us in the last 7 years. And it was almost like, I would say probably 2015, 2016. Everything was kind of on track to where it was. And it's almost like you were instantly transported into a totally new set of rules in an alternate reality. And you've been trying to acclimate ever since then. But now that you have finally acclimated, you're finally like, okay, I get this. You're now being transported back into what you should be doing. But you're a different person. And the whole purpose of this cycle was to get you ready for whatever was to come that you weren't ready for back then. So sometimes the challenges that show up in life are here to prepare us for the greatness that we have in the future. But a part of being able to pursue the things that we love, the things that we want, is having to be able to internally, emotionally feel a sense of peace and calm. Just if you can, put your hands to your heart, take a deep breath in, exhale, and use your own energy to calm yourself. Allow the energy to flow through your crown all the way down. Centering, continue to breathe, and ground yourself. All the energy that is around you that connects us all, but most importantly lights your path, is here for your safety, is here to protect you. You are now in a space and an awareness to know how to use these resources. Because when we're younger, we don't quite understand what's going on. We're relying on people around us to interpret the messages. And if they're not good at interpreting messages, but now you can interpret your own messages. Now you have the power to change whatever is coming up in your life. And so you have greatness that you're working on, that you're building, that you're growing. But at the same time, in order to be able to have that greatness, to work through that, because when you're building something important, that can be challenging too. Okay, that can be challenging too. Things can be boring, things can be frustrating, there can be setbacks. Sometimes you get a lot of kind of a work, so you have to constantly worrying about the past and in these states of depression, if you're constantly worrying about the future, in these states of anxiety. Now, I get it, it's not that simple, it's not that black and white. If you could push off feeling uncomfortable, turn it off, that would be easy. But that's a part of your path to figure out what you need to do to heal. But the clues are everywhere. That is how I healed myself. The clues were everywhere. From every healer I went to every doctor I went to every moment in my own solitude, to the connections to the people around me, to pursuing things that had nothing to do with my health but made me happy. The clues were everywhere. So that's where it is. If you want to relieve the anxiety, if you want to relieve the depression, if you want to heal the trauma, you have to be willing to work at getting yourself to where you need to be. You gotta be willing to play the game of healing, the game of life, the game of healing. Sometimes that means therapy. Sometimes that means changing your environment, the people around you. Sometimes that means seeking a new doctor, a different perspective. It always means having a collective and a team of people who are here to help you. Changing your mindset, not giving up when you hit a wall. Knowing that no matter what is going on health-wise, that there is still a fire inside of you that can make the decision that you are going to live out to your greatness, your potential, and all of that. And as long as that fire is still burning within you, you will get to your path. It's inevitable. I'm just telling you the way that I see it and the way that it happened to me. But feeling safe is important, so take some breaths. Expand, take up space. Because sometimes not taking up space can be a part of the issue, wanting to shrink down, wanting to not be seen, feeling like others know more than you do, or for some reason feeling like everyone else is normal and you for some reason just have this string of bad luck or something like that. No, let me tell you something, everybody feels that way. So that's probably more of the norm right there. So all you have to do is expand, take up space, ask the universe or whatever you connect with. That's your business. I tell you that all the time. That's your business. You gotta figure that out. Ask the universe or whatever. Ask what you need in order to get what you want. And understand how sight works. Sometimes in the esoteric, we look at sight from the perspective of being a clairvoyant, psychic, medium, being able to communicate with those who have passed on. But sight works both ways. Underneath the veil, sight is mediumship and clairvoyant. In front of the veil where we live in our everyday life, sight is your visualization or your co-creation of life. It doesn't matter which one you have or which one you want to use. It is up to you to decide, and it's really cool because we all have the ability to have the visualization and the co-creation, and it's so powerful because with sight, with mediumship and clairvoyance, we're receiving messages and we're taking things as they are. But when we have the visualization or we have the ability to see what is right in front and co-create, we have the power. It doesn't matter what we think the future will be or what we're trying to receive a message of like, oh, what will the future be? Please tell me. It's not that. It's what do I want it to be? And ask the universe. We are all in a partnership with the universe or whatever you connect to. We're all in a partnership. We're all in the best partnership. So if you ever been in toxic relationships, this might be a little bit hard concept to work through. But we're all in the best partnership. The universe says you can have anything, but you can't have everything. So you have to decide what is important to you. Tell me what you want. And many it doesn't matter if anybody else agrees with you. Who cares? It's a part of your purpose. And that is why you are in this experience, to share with others, to bring light to us so we can see that gift that you brought with you within this experience. So understand that you're on the right path, that everything you've experienced is normal. A lot of people experience difficult times and have to learn how to get to the other side. And even getting to the other side takes time. So you don't have to pressure yourself to be perfect. Just know you don't have to do it on your own. Always reach out for help. Always appreciate the support that's around you, and always change the support if it is not what you need. All of this is helping you, even on an esoteric level, connecting to your guides, your archangels, your ancestors, your Orisha, whatever it is that you connect to, all here to help and guide you. But you have to be open and connect, and that's trusting yourself, which we did. Having unconditional love for yourself. And you have to feel safe, because only when you feel safe will you actually be able to build a house. You know, if you didn't feel safe somewhere, you're like, I'm not going to build a house here, I'm going to keep moving. And if you've been in a constant state of movement your whole life, it feels like that, never feeling like any place is certain. But it's time to take roots. It's time to anchor down. It's time to feel safe. And this time, nothing outside of you creates safety. It is what's inside of you that creates safety. You're the commonality. You have to look no further around. Just look within yourself. You have the ability to root yourself whenever you need to, okay? Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. And work through it. Allow this to open up any messages that you need to receive to guide you on your path. Don't fall prey to the get there quick stance, or that one person can solve all your problems, or one part of the journey is the end all be all. It's a long journey, but the journey, it gets better and better. You get to enjoy it more and more. And sometimes the situations don't even change that much. It's our perspective and our outlook. We stop suffering as much. We start just going through the challenges, leaving them as they are and working through them, but enjoying life instead of ruminating on these things all the time. Breathing in and out. Did I bring you a feeling of safety? Or, I think more importantly, not I, do you feel safe? Do you see the power that is within you? Continue to breathe in and out. Continue to breathe in and out. Take your time. Take your time. And no judgment. No judgment. No judgment of anything. I don't know why I did that. Have fun. Have fun. I know you all have seen me for almost 700 videos, or over 700 videos, because the girl be working. But my personality is very serious. I have a very serious personality, and it took a lot of work to get this cheesy and this corny. It took a lot of work, and I work hard each and every day to get a little bit more cheesier, because life is not about worrying about things all the time. You got the obstacles, work through the obstacles, but enjoy. Be nice to your nervous system. Be nice to your body. And sometimes, I can say from my personal experience, cause us to grow. Let our journey encompass the lineages, traditions, religions, and spiritual paths that bring light out through us to share with others. I say all of this in the name of I am. Ashe, Ashe, Ashe. And again, you can say Ashe. From the Yoruba, you can say Ki or Chi. From traditional Chinese medicine, you can say life force, energy, whatever interpretation or understanding of life force energy that's on you. I tell you all the time, I don't care what you choose. So, I just want to give you this final reminder. Join the pre-week if you would like to experience the apprenticeship. Once it's closed, it's closed. Don't be trying to come and sneak in there after that, okay? The pre-week is free, so you really don't have anything to lose to enjoy it. I just want to give you an opportunity to feel this undivided attention and uninterrupted space of working yourself for that week, or if you choose to continue the program for the rest of the year. So let's just start to move through sadness. Okay. So I hope that just from the couple of minutes we've been together, you're starting to feel better. That is one of the top things that people say to me when I ask, okay, so what do you like? What do you like about this stuff we're doing? And they say that they like the way that they feel. In those moments, I'm like, great, because that was the point. So, let's just do this. Okay. First of all, give yourself permission to have feelings, okay? No matter how you're feeling today. Maybe you're feeling good, you know? Give yourself permission to have feelings. Don't beat yourself up for feeling low or for something that has happened to you, kind of making you all in your feels, you know? It's okay. It's okay. And also think about it in this kind of way. You're going to have to learn how to react to things in a different way. Sometimes we develop patterns of reaction when we're younger or after going through some pretty serious stuff. And then we start to react to things that maybe aren't so serious. That's some strong wind. Maybe some things that aren't so serious in a strong way as well. I feel like the wind is growling. Jesus. I mean, it's saying amen. It's giving a ditto. That's the feeling that's coming through. Like, you know, you better say that. Don't worry, I will. Anyways, just working through this and just let it go. Okay, let it go. And when I say it's a choice, I'm not saying that, you know, I'm not diminishing how intense the feelings are. I'm saying don't look at things as just happening to you. Look at yourself as being able to influence and impact things that are happening to you as well. Because when you look at it from that perspective, you'll be more likely to take action in the places that you can't take action. So just working through that. Okay. Just working through that. Just moving that through. Okay. Now, what does sweetness mean? Sweetness means you don't give up, you know. You gonna be happy today. One day, I got up and I was feeling good. I came out my channeling session. I had a meditation session and I felt so good. And I was like, you know what, world? And the world was like, what? I was like, I'm about to have a good day today. And I kid you not, every person I came across was such a downer. I was like, back is pushed against the wall, where you start to think and do things very boldly. So don't find the sadness as a place of like, find it as a place of like, well, whatever, I'm about to do whatever I want to do, it's gonna be what it's gonna be. See it from that kind of perspective. And sometimes you gotta let yourself feel, okay? You don't need to stay there forever, feeling deep sorrow, but sometimes that also colors our perspective. It gives us a different quality to the things that we're doing. So it's okay to feel, it's okay to show up. It's just don't when it becomes a very, very big thing, when it becomes a perpetual feeling of sadness. That's when you have to pull yourself back to the other side. And the most important thing is your environment, to be honest, when you have a balanced environment, you'll be more in control of your feelings, versus when you don't have a balanced environment, it really feels like sheer willpower trying to, balance yourself while other people are not balanced. So the universe will pull you in a more balanced environment, but a lot of times that means you gotta let people go. You gotta let those toxic people go. And just because someone is toxic doesn't mean they're a bad person. I'm sure that in certain times in my life, I wasn't the best person to be around, and I needed to be removed from somebody's space and energy. So I want you to think about it like that. It's not that, everybody's the victim and then there's, a villain somewhere. It's not that at all. It's just this environment is not best for you if it perpetually makes you feel a certain way. So you have to free yourself and move yourself. And also, sometimes it's not even a negative thing. For example, your heart might be somewhere else, and in the environment you're at, everybody else's heart is over here. So it's not even a negative or a bad thing. It's just you all feel differently, and you have to trust your heart. You have to go where it flows with you and fills you up and gives you energy and all of that stuff. Again, I just want to remind you, it doesn't have to, just because sometimes people feel like it has to be some big negative thing because they want to go, but no, it doesn't have to be a negative thing. It can just be something in your heart, and the sadness might be like feeling like, why I gotta stay here, versus, you know what, just forget it, just go, just do what you gotta do within reason. But do what you really enjoy deep ancestor work, so we're just gonna be a little bit surface level today, but deep ancestor work, I would encourage you to trace your genealogy, look up your indigenous origins, and explore more ancestor reference there. Here, we're going to be talking about your recent ancestors, so people that you have known in this life that have gone to pass on. So, let's get started here. So, I want you to think of that person or people, and it is the people that make you happy, bring a lot of gratitude into your life, give you a lot of peace, connect you in multiple ways, give you a lot of other stuff, bring them into the forefront of your mind. So we're going to say right there at the crown chakra, and just remember how they made you feel, and start to breathe into that feeling. How did they make you feel? Breathe into it. Now feel that feeling just slowly drip from your head all the way to your toes. Remember a certain nostalgic time that you all were together, and remember it as if it is happening right now. Invite that energy into your space, that person to your space, just to reminisce about some good times. You know, when you haven't seen a loved one in a while, and then y'all talk about all the funny stuff from the past, even when the stuff wasn't funny then, but now you can laugh about it. Yeah. See their energy, and you can be whatever age you want to be, sitting in their lap or holding their hand or just being there with them. And start to talk to them, ask them how they are, how they've been, how's it going. And be in that moment with them. Enjoy that space with them. Does it feel good? Now, invite someone else in too. Y'all got a whole family reunion going on right now. And feel that same energy from your head to your toes. I was gonna say from the rotor to the tutor. From your head to your toes. Okay, good job. And invite as many of those important people into this space. Those important people that were in your life into this space. How do you feel? How safe do you feel? How loved do you feel? How nurtured do you feel? How reunited do you feel? Now, start to ask or just simply have a conversation about things that are happening in your life today, and get their take on it, because they're always with you and they've been eager to communicate with you. But if you haven't been listening to them, if you haven't been paying attention to the signs they're giving, this is a nice moment to open up and just be receptive towards that. What are they saying about this? Who you've been dating, or the projects you've been working on, or the purpose of your life. All these kinds of things. How you take care of yourself, your personal health, your mindset, mentality, your relationships all across the board. Even if that incorporates healing something about y'all's relationship. Because when we're healing with two people who are alive, it's very different. Sometimes those people in the physical may need some boundaries, but energetically they can connect. When you're healing a see a feather, whenever you smell roses out of the blue, whenever you just think or see a random color, that's me communicating to you. And of course, it is unique to them what they're saying. And listen, because this is all about exercise. You're exercising your ability to do this so that you can hear them more and more, because there are things that you may not be able to see in your life, but they can see it a mile away. Because everything that we have and that we do in our life, it starts energetically and then it materializes. So they can see things that you may not be able to see because they are pure energy at this point. So think about it. If somebody's going down a questionable path, the energy flowed in that direction and then it materializes. So your ancestors try to come and intervene, like, don't hang out with that person, don't go there, don't, you know. And it doesn't always have to be people, it can be your health too. Hey, take care of yourself here, take care of yourself there. Same on the other side. If you're working really hard to build something, your ancestors see that too, and they will pop up and say, oh, I'm so proud of you, I'm so happy for you. But the only way that you can be connected is if you acknowledge them. So there's a lot of really sweet things you can do, and this is one of those things, just being in this moment with them. And that's why I said look up your indigenous traditions, your genealogy, because they can specifically tell you what your ancestors need. Your recent ancestors, you know them, you know what their favorite foods were, their favorite things, and you can, near their pictures, provide those things and talk to them, maybe just in your head if you don't want to say it out loud, to show them that you still care. But if you get into the deep lineage legacy work, then you would want to look up your genealogy, your indigenous traditions, and connect there. So breathe through this space and just feel them and sense them all around you, okay? Let them just flow all around you, and it's just like one big group hug. And sometimes you can have people that were positive in your life that didn't even know each other, but they're showing up here in this moment for you. Now, I want to explain some things. We are finite here in the physical. Energy isn't finite. You can have a grandparent who's there for you and all of your siblings, as opposed to you're right here, you can only be there for somebody one at a time, or if people are in the same location. So understand that all of these energies will show up for you. Don't feel like that they have more important things to do. They're showing up for you. But at the same time, I think that they're exploring. They're having a good time. They're living their good energetic life. But souls can stick around a little bit because they really want to reunite with you. Eventually they can move on, go on, reincarnate, go do something else, be a part of some other energetic something, that of which is too big for probably us to comprehend. But the reason why they are sticking around is because they cannot wait to the day that they can reunite with you. And so they feel invested in your storyline. They feel invested in your happiness, invested in your peace, and also everything that you experience. A part of that is legacy. If your ancestors were never able to be successful, if they had trials and tribulations and stuff like that, but yet today you have the opportunity, they are going to be rooting you on, because through you, even though you have your own unique goals and desires, you are living out a dream that started out many, many ancestors before. And so these ancestors, they come together and they want to be in support of you, and it really hurts them when you yes, you have these finite experiences, but also understand that your soul will go on past here. And when your soul transitions from this life into whatever the unknown is, understand that you are laying the seeds and the foundation in the finite for the infinite. You can heal a whole line, a whole ancestral line from the past all the way to the future, because we are the future ancestors. And we can do this in finite ways as well as energetic ways. Finite ways would be financial security. So you are creating environments of generational wealth or financial security, so those who come down in your lineage do not have to go through the same things that you went through. It can be emotional support and emotional balance as well. Maybe those environments in your ancestors didn't have a emotionally supportive environment, but you, where you're at, you can set a new tone. And when you do that for the future, it heals the past, because you all are this one flow of energy together. So continue to be there. I like to try to explain what's going on, because I don't want you to just be floating out here, because there's actually a lot of interesting things, phenomena that's going on. That's why when you learn other traditions, you learn other human phenomenon explaining, the unknown, it gives language to a lot of these mysteries, and it's kind of a connection of all of those together. And some of the language, different words can mean a similar experience, just from a different origin or a different culture. So keep breathing through this. Now, if you have any fear here, okay? Any fear, if you were raised in a really, maybe like strict religious household, not spiritual household, but a religious household, you have to do a lot of deconstructing here. What I mean by this is go do some history research. Why am I telling you this, okay? Because all of our indigenous traditions of the world were people at that time, prior to our modern day religions. It was their take on what was going on around us, and they developed patterns in understanding and systems well before written communication that helped them navigate the world. And for some reason in the human experience, no matter where we were on this planet, recognizing and paying respect to our ancestors is something that we all just have done. And you can, the color of doing it is going to whatever your indigenous or your genealogy is, and learning the practices there. But with that being said, in our modern world, we have vilified our indigenous practices, meaning saying that all of those practices are in some way in conflict with modern day understandings of higher powers, when the mentality of them being in conflict or them being wrong was more political than it actually was religious. A lot of our modern day religions started with very kind of open perspectives. They may have okay, this is what we believe, da 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 da, but it was just like, work with it. But when we start to get institutions involved, we start to get empires, we start to get civilizations involved, then those things shape into something else. And so that's why I say do the history, because you might be afraid of something when really what it is self-hatred. And I know that sounds like, oh, it's kind of harsh. And I've been told before, why you always talk about this stuff on Reiki Healing Hope? I want to escape. Because it's okay to, want to escape from time to time, but I want you to heal. I don't want you to be stuck in that you just, you always feel like, oh, when this is too much, I'm looking for an escape. Nah, baby, I want you to heal. And this is some powerful stuff that we're talking about, that can really change and transform you and make you feel whole in life, to solve the problem or to take you in another direction. So release the shame that has been placed on you and placed on your ancestors. Release that. Let it go and talk to them. Be there Allow them to love you. Allow them to be in this space with you. Because all of y'all who have ever felt alone, or felt like no one cared, or felt like no one sees you, or felt like you're not understood, maybe you feel that in the physical, but in the energetic, your ancestors are there just saying, please listen, you are loved, you are supported, you have so much potential. And when we don't trust ourselves, we don't listen to what the ancestors are saying to us, because it takes a huge amount of self-trust to be open enough to hear what they are saying, or to listen to the messages, or to receive those downloads that come through the universe and come through them. And so if you're in this spiral of just not feeling good about yourself, or not thinking that you can do this or that, they are sending solutions, help, guidance, and inspiration all the time. But when you see it, you don't trust it. So you gotta take the first big step of having courage to say to yourself, I'm gonna trust it. I'm gonna trust myself. I don't care what society says. I know that these people in the physical loved me, and if they're still showing up in my life, I'm gonna pay attention to what they say, and I'm going to be happy, and I'm going to be whole. I'm going to create an environment, a system, a infrastructure in my life that brings balance, peace. It gives me and provides for me in all kinds of ways. And maybe systemic social structures have not been able to give you that fully, but you can give that to yourself. Well, family, I hope you enjoyed some of this ancestor talk, and I felt really inspired and called to talk about it, because I think on a global level, and it's not every culture or society, but I just think that there is this modernization of the human experience of the unknown. And a part of that modernization might be a bit of just not connecting on an energetic level. And sometimes when we talk about, gods and goddesses, archangels, even going into Orisha or other energies at that level, that might be exciting. But also remember, we have ancestors. And prior to the concepts of many of those energies, which I believe, this is just me, I believe a lot of these energies are just, when you go into a different culture, they're explaining it or giving it a different name. But prior to even the first written expression of these energies, the human experience was ancestor reference, was acknowledging our ancestors. And so life is a combination of all kinds of things. But I think it really is helpful for when people are depressed, or they're anxious, or they're sad, to know that they are not alone when they're going through a hard time in life, to know that they are not alone, to know that they are loved, to know that there's just so much warmth surrounding them at all times, and that there is an energy that is constantly wishing you well. Life in the finite is, it is what it is. It's going to be ups and downs. But that energy that is around you, just protecting you, just holding you, just telling you in your lowest, in your darkest times, that I am there for you. You may feel alone, but I am there for you. I want you to have the money you need. I want you to do that. All that stuff is with you at all times. So never forget that. So if there's anything that you feel like you can't do, know that they are rooting for you. If there's ever a solution that you need to a problem that you have, know that they can start to give you messages. Mama loves you, and we start by saying a prayer. It's not a religious prayer. It's just a prayer to root us in our individual healing experience and bring us together as a community and as a collective. And because consent matters, to have your permission to say a prayer. Okay. Close your eyes. Let's do this. manifestation for our highest good only. Please allow us to release what we need to let go and embrace what allows us to grow. Let our journey encompass the lineages, traditions, religions, and spiritual paths that bring light out through us to share with others. I say all of this in the name of I am Ashe. Ashe, Ashe. Okay. So this is what I want you to do. I want you to breathe in. Exhale, let it go. And two more like this. And I know I have you all breathing often of like these deep breaths, but a lot of times we can take very shallow breaths and we're really not getting all the oxygen into our body the way that we could, the way that we're kind of optimized to do so. So daily reminder to just breathe. And sometimes deep breaths can help you feel better about things. You may be having like a little headache or something, as long as it's not a major one, and just that deep breathing can be supportive in releasing and letting that go. Maybe that's not the case for major, headaches, but little ones that we might feel like, oh, let me take a ibuprofen, let me take a acetaminophen, let me take one of these real quick. Instead, you could do that air and that breath work. And also, if you want to relieve a headache, you can also pull from the brow, and that pulling motion, and ideally you'd probably pinch it and pull. That can be really soothing and helping to relieve headaches energetically. But yes, so let's prepare our energy, and this is more of a receiving and just a healing over the crown and down about shifting into this new life. And I want to throw that out. I'm gonna let you know that's a Easter egg right there, not for actual, but for so just remember that. Anyway, so we're shifting, and an important word is shift. And so we're shifting into our new life. And what does that mean? What does that look like? Look, you do not have to have the answer to everything at all times. That's okay. All you have to do is just come up with a strategy of how you want to approach life and just go after it. I think that's the simplest thing that any one of us can do. Just decide your life look like? Who would you be? What kind of energy would you have? Now, I want you to see anything that is standing in your way from getting there. It doesn't have to be something, and it also doesn't have to be a complicated thing. Whatever's in the way, look at it, examine it, and figure out a way to get to the other side. Are you gonna hop over it, dig under it, go around it, go in another direction, teleport, I don't know, whatever it is that you're doing? Connect in there, connect into that energy, and trust yourself. Trust what you're saying. I am this. Now, it's not even just I want to be this, but it's more of I am this. This is who I am. And I want to express that now. I want that energy to expand so wide that so many people can connect with who you are without you having to explain yourself, just honestly by your energy. You ever meet someone who just has strong energy, good or bad? You're like, whoa, that's some strong energy. You felt it. You felt it when you came in the room. A lot of people probably felt it. But to have that energy and also to be protected at the same time, stepping into this next chapter of your life and who you are, knowing that you will be and do your best here, that there is nothing to be afraid of, and that you will win whatever it is that you're seeking and searching for. You will find, and enjoying every moment of this experience is the most important part. I'm just going to lightly tap the tops of your head. Okay. Just moving through that and relaxing through this and shifting the energy and bringing it together for yourself. Bringing it together for yourself. How many dreams do you have? Honestly, what are some things that you wanted or you wish you would have been or done? Now, let some of those things go. They are past their prime of taking up space in your energy. But those other things that you want to explore, that you still have a lot of time to figure out, bring them to the forefront and start to see your life shift with you being more involved in those things. us, but let's just make sure it is authentically a dream that you want to live out, okay? And sometimes those things can be tied together, what other people want for us, what we want, but let's just remove what other people want out of it, okay? And let's just keep only the things that are authentic to you, because that is your heart. That is the reason why you incarnated into this experience, to be able to do this out in the world. So we don't really want to get caught up in other people putting their purpose, what they're supposed to be doing, onto you. This is just for you, boo. This is just for you, okay? Filling that in, okay? Filling all the way up. Now, every breath that you take, I want you to let go of something that's taking up too much space, some old shit, some 2020 and beyond shit, and let it go. Just keep on breathing here, and just let it go, 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 let it go. Good. I promise you, my hands are not that dry. Okay. Now every exhale, feel yourself get a little bit lighter and lighter, and I'll continue to work on you as well. Okay. And what's happening is that goal, or that thing that you want, is sinking down into you, okay? And what's coming up to the surface is the things that need to let go, and you're just letting them relieve that pressure and to leave your body, okay? So if there's any deep-seated pain here, let's bring it up to the surface and move it on to its next evolutionary path, where it can go, be recycled, and do something else. Here's the thing about energy. Energy is not, it's neither good nor bad. It's simply vibrational. So lower vibrational experiences tend to feel not so good for us, because that's how we perceive it in our carbon-based body. Higher vibrational experiences are things that are typically happier and lighter, but even that, if it's too higher, that's when we start getting into our energetic helpers, our connection with God, universe, source, or whatever you believe in. And sometimes people who do deal a lot with this up here can, their body can get overwhelmed or really tired, because this is infinite flowing energy, and our carbon-based body is much more dense, and so it can make you feel tired. That's why those who are going into their gifts, is especially mediumship, might find that they'll receive a message in the middle of the night and they'll be tired all the time, because it's just working on different principles. Now, the reason why I'm sharing all of this with you is because I want you to change the way that you look at energy. Instead of it being as this bad, horrible things out here, it's more of just vibrations, okay? And to take yourself out of a lower vibrational negative experience is going to require a lot of breaking of habits, because it's called the devil you know. The devil you know means sometimes we stay stuck in a certain position in life simply because we know it. It's familiar to us. You ever been in like a dead-end job, a dead-end relationship, a dead-end friendship, a dead-end family, combination of all of the above, and you feel like, oh, I can't, because what if things are worse? At least I can deal with this. But really what that is you're vibrating at a certain level, and what you vibrate at is what you attract. Run it back one more time. What you vibrate at is what you attract. So in order to for a long time, and if you look at a lot of ancient scriptures across, or texts, let me use text, across different religious wisdom traditions, you will see these people who've journeyed into the forest or in the mountains, the monks, the nuns, for lack of a better term, across different faiths, and they were doing a lot of this work, going up, trying to understand the bigger meaning of it all, trying to work in both of the metaphysical and the philosophical aspect, and going up, living in, or I think a better way to put it is, nowadays, especially with a lot of Aquarian energy going on, it is all about living the spiritual in your everyday life. That means every walk that you take in your life is a representation of your connection to the higher whatever, and a higher whatever that we don't really even understand. Religion is something that we do as a collective, meaning if you have a community of people, religion is simply guidelines for how to communicate with whatever your higher source is. But your spiritual gift or your spiritual journey is your individual connection with the universe, God's source. That means whether you were born one religion, converted to another religion, decided not to be a religion, decided that you are on a different trajectory that has nothing to do with kind of the bigger popular religions, that is your spiritual path. At no time did, the universe, God, whatever you believe in, mess up on that. At no time at all. Everything that you went through, every little point, every little understanding, every little space, even to where you're at now, was for your soul to understand, to evolve, and to grow. I think that being a person that has gone to school for religious studies, as well as being a person who is a healing practitioner and works with people, what I often see is people conflating the politics that happen in religious organizations with their connection with universe, source, God. And community is important. At no point is, not having a collective experience important. It is very beautiful to witness that. But at the end of the day, you have to take responsibility for your own relationship with the universe, source, God, or whatever it is you believe in. You define those terms, you define what that is. And people who are deeply connected to their soul tend to have a very spiritual aspect. And spiritual doesn't mean that you have to believe, oh, this thing is called God. You can believe in the energy between you and I. You can believe in some shit I ain't never heard of. You can believe in whatever it is you need to believe in which it is bringing us to a higher vibrational experience and a higher living as a species, and in a better place as a planet. And that's what we own each and every day. And that's our duty, our responsibility, to walk in this space, especially this individuality. Going into this new decade, what we'll notice is a lot more people reclaiming their relationship with the universe, whether they want to stay in mainstream religions, but change it, re-own it, connect with it in a new way, or whether they kind of exist outside of those. I heard a really good definition of the transition during different astrological ages as, sometimes some people are stuck in an Aries mindset, stuck in a Taurian, stuck in a Pisces, stuck in Aquarius, all of these things, because time really doesn't exist, and those things could just be popping up, in the current day and time. I know I'm getting really metaphysical. If you like this dialogue, this is what we do all day, every day on Patreon, okay? But the reason why I'm sharing this with you is because I see that there is this huge thing in front of you, and you gotta go and get it. In order to go and get it, you have to believe in something that is bigger than yourself and in yourself. But it is up to you to figure out what that bigger thing is. You have to understand that each move you make, things you're being called to, even if it's, difficult to do, is strategically there because you're being called to something greater. So don't shy away from it, and also start to change the way that you perceive things that are negative or things that are tough. Life isn't meant to be, everything is just handed to you. It is oftentimes through the struggle that we really It is I was gonna say it's November. It's not. It's January. Y'all know it's January. Look, I almost said November because people are still talking about how great November was. Non-stop November. This is New Year, New You. Who this January? So that means we're taking it up several notches now. I need you to dream big, okay? I need you to come up with something that is going to change your life. And I need you to sit in your practice when we come together every night. And I need you to feel it grow in your heart and it to expand. So just take a moment and think about something you really want. Let it be unrealistic. Make it very, very big, okay? And every time you come back to our community every day at 9 p.m. EST or whenever it is that you watch it, I want you to feel that growing and growing as if it was feeding you and nurturing you. I want you to communicate with the other community members as if to pour into each other, just pouring more and more, okay? And just continue to expand, opening up. I can see this huge opportunity in front of you for you to go forward and really elevate yourself. All you have to do is accept the challenge and go forward. You are guaranteed to win. Just accept the challenge. Just accept the challenge. Just accept the challenge and you will win. Well, family, I hope you enjoyed our session today again. Tell me how you are going to change the trajectory of your future. Put it in the comment section. And we're working on this and we are working on this in January. And again, what I'm saying is that make it unreal. You are now one of my babies, so you get one kiss on the forehead. Okay, so bring it up here. And for my returning babies, you get multiple kisses. Mama loves you. Okay, let's go ahead and get started. We start our session off with a prayer. It's not a it's just about being yourself, enjoying this experience of life as it is, just like this. Just like this. And I know sometimes the thoughts pop up. It happens. Sometimes those thoughts can be overwhelming or difficult or unnecessary, but just breathe here, but just breathe here, but just breathe here. I think the cool thing is that everything is miraculous. What I mean by that is, even if you're in a pickle, the solution is always around the corner. And then you gotta figure out the next step. But you are always protected. You're always being guided. And it's not the difficulty of the thing, whatever that thing is. It's more like trying to make sound and good decisions when you're not feeling it. You're like, because if you were feeling at your best, you know that you could come up with something and make it work. So use this session to just make it work, okay? Make it work. Make it be peaceful. Make it be easy. And just flow with yourself. It is possible to go through life, to have things that challenge information from our highest good only. Please allow us to release what we need to let go and embrace what allows us to grow. Let our journey encompass the lineages, traditions, religions, and spiritual paths that bring light out through us to share with others. I say all of this in the name of I am. Ashe, Ashe, Ashe. And I just remembered, I don't think I said love you the other night, my bad, and to not touch your face and to wash your hands. I don't think I said that the other day, my bad. You know my heart. Okay, so let's go for being overwhelmed. So, feeling a sense of collective overwhelmed energy. And I think that this has a lot to do with just multiple levels, okay? We're entering into, give you some background. It's two things. Two things. The first, I think, is a lot to do with Saturn. It's three things: Saturn, Mercury, and recession. So I'm just going to explain it to you while working to just release that feeling of being overwhelmed. So first thing is Saturn. Saturn is in Aquarius. Saturn will be going into Pisces March 2023. Saturn in Pisces is all about faith, and it's all about trusting in the divine. And there is this feeling that you're going to be okay, but what it looks like on the outside is kind of like things that make you, not everybody else, but you in particular, they kind of make you feel insecure. They make you feel like and the trick to this is you have to go inside. We have to develop Pisces qualities. Pisces energy is not about the external. Pisces energy is about understanding the internal. It is about understanding energy itself. Because people with a heavy Pisces energy in their natal charts, they want to learn how to, or they unconsciously follow the energy of people in order to manifest in life what it is they're looking for. So they don't care about what it looks like on the outside. Most of the time it does, and sometimes they for an effect have this really, wild outside, because they are actually very practical when it comes to someone's internal energy. And you're not going to see that in other signs or other sign dominance. So you may not be a Pisces, but you might have a very heavy Pisces placement in your chart. So you might do this in a certain area, and it's very unconscious. So what you have to do during this time for the next 2 years, and we're starting to feel it now, is you have to 100% surrender to the universe and say, I trust you. I trust you, because what's going to happen is sometimes things are like the Tower card. It looks really, really scary, but you need the Tower card to break down foundations that no longer work for you. And that is how Pisces energy does it. And what it does is it takes you from where you're at to where you need to go in a very, very quick manner. It can only do that by, breaking down those structures very quickly. It's not likely that it will happen just very, quickly and everything stays intact. No, because when you keep things the way they were, and you try to go somewhere else, it's always alluring to come back. And so Pisces energy, Saturn specifically in Pisces, does that by destroying what was the old, so that you are not tempted to go back and to go towards your true strength, evolution, and blessing. So that's that overwhelming energy that's coming up, because you about to have to deal with something, but don't be afraid of that. It's hard to explain to people to not be afraid of that, because it's like, oh, no, I don't want to feel uncomfortable. You don't want to feel your life drastically change and know that, like, you will So don't doubt yourself, you can do it. So what that means for everybody else is like just take a deep breath, inhale and exhale, and trust in the oneness within you. Trust in the fact that you got this. Because fear is just a feeling, it is not a reality. So use the energy, any energy, in order to propel you and ride the wave into where you need to go. So that's number one. So hopefully that takes the feeling of being overwhelmed. You got a bunch of months. Let's see, you got 4, 5, 6, 7 months. Look, you're already prepared. Ha ha ha. One up, universe. I'm just kidding. One up those who don't know. And then, what did I say the second part was? Mercury. So we have a Mercury about to go in retrograde in Virgo. I'm going to be doing a live on Friday that's going to really talk about this more. But the Mercury in retrograde in Virgo is all of y'all. Everybody is going to be looking at their job, not their career. You may be at peace with what you want to do and what you want your career legacy to be, but your 9 to 5, your everyday job, what it is, if you do gigs, if you have a full-time job, it is really going to come to perspective at this time, because how it was before is not working out for what you need now. And what I'm hearing from a lot of people is that this, work yourself till you're exhausted, getting not paid enough but having to overperform doesn't work for them, because during, everything that happened with COVID and things like that, during that time, a lot of people had a lot of time, not everybody, but a lot of people had a lot of time to themselves to actually figure out what it feels like to not always be on the move. And then they realized, okay, I think for my internal health, I need to have a more balanced environment. But once things started to get back up and going, it was almost expected that workers would return and just want to jump into doing everything the way that they did it, before. And it's like, nah, that's unrealistic. You can't have rising rents, you can't have rising food, you can't have all of this other rising stuff and wages remaining stagnant, or even if wages are decent but the working conditions are unrealistic, you can't have that. It's just, and that's more of a societal structure of how things are and how, businesses make money within this particular societal structure. So during this time, and that's going to be the pre-shadow period, is the 28th. And so for all of y'all who are going to be joining the apprenticeship, this is actually going to be really, really great, because it's going to be very balanced and grounding for you during this time. And the apprenticeship is a whole year, so you get that support during that too. But the pre-shadow period is going to be August 28th. And then the actual retrograde, I believe, is around September 10th, I think. And it goes direct, meaning it leaves the retrograde August 1st. So if you happen to have birthdays during that time, just try not to plan things that are too big, because it might, like, the details might be really, really rough. And I know y'all Virgos like them details. But during that time, so September 10th to October 1st, you're going to feel all types of work discomfort, because what the universe wants, and specifically Mercury wants from you, is to understand that your working environment has to support your soul's purpose as well. That the way that less money. So the things that if you're raised in a certain economic class and you didn't have to think about budgeting, or you didn't have to make things stretch, y'all know about a stretch meal, exactly, or you didn't have to learn how to, I'm trying, like, how do I say, I don't want to say what we used to call it growing up, but you learn how to figure out how to turn things into what you needed. I'm not gonna say what we used to call it. Turn things into what you needed. It's a very innovative time. And so during this time period, use all of those skills you know and keep going forward. Keep figuring it out, because you can use that momentum to discover new avenues of income. You don't always have to do the traditional things you've always done, which is go out and just work for somebody else. You might be working for somebody else, and then you might realize that you have an additional skill, and you get very innovative and creative. Okay, how can I get this skill out to other people? How can I create and pull more income in? How can I? So get out there and get on that grind and that hustle. And when you're able to live from that mentality, not from fear, not even the mentality of lack, but the mentality of, I'm gonna figure this out because I know that I've already gotten through this before. It's gonna be okay. I mean, in a very practical sense, like, just let's think about it from a practical sense. Like, when I grew up, there was something called, I don't know if y'all know about this, but there was something called like renting a room. You know how like a person could have a house, and then a person could have an apartment, but you can even do that. Like, for example, someone might rent a basement, but there was even that, like, renting rooms. So I remember growing up, especially when I first got into college, because I was like, I didn't know anybody who had ever gone to college. I was like, and I had to pay for everything myself, and I remember feeling like, okay, even if the ish hits the fan, I know I just gotta find somewhere to rent a room. I know how to make these struggle meals. I know how to get what I need. I know how to survive off of what I need. And so, people may call it lean times, but when you practically know, even if maybe you don't want to rent a room, it's okay, but like, you practically know there is a solution to any obstacle that shows up. There is a solution. You're good to go. And that is a part of the lesson of what Mercury is saying. Mercury is like, do not count yourself out. Do not say you can't do it. Because during those times, you might find that you figure out how to amplify your life to make your life better. Because while a lot of people are nervous and scared, you're out here doing what you need to do, connecting yourself to your soul's journey and your soul's mission. Okay, babies. Well, I hope that really helped to calm down the feeling of being overwhelmed. I didn't think it was going to go into a whole big explanation, but I'm really big on explaining things, because if you were to just come to this healing and I'll just take the feeling of overwhelmed energy, guess what? Once you have to think about the problems again, you're going to feel overwhelmed again. So I like to explain to people that a lot of things we feel as a collective can be cycles within the universe, can explain bigger phenomena that's happening, and we are more in control than we think. A lot of what we feel like in life is brainwashing. And when I say brainwashing, sometimes intentionally people are trying to market to you and make you buy things, but other times it's just the social order, like society, a certain group of people, especially the lower that you are at the bottom, you have to maintain a certain mentality in order to lift everything up. But what I'm trying to tell you is that no matter where you're at, if you shift your mentality, you will see opportunities right in front of you, and it is okay to act on those, even if everybody else is scared. That don't got nothing to do with you. And at the same time, like I said, you don't have to be risky. A lot of these things you can do with no money. It's just figuring out what skill you have and figuring out how to connect that with people who are in need of that skill. So babies, if no one has said it, let me go ahead and say it. I'm going to remember to say it this time. Wash your